What's up, guys? Today is day 4. This is Mike from Kodiak Ranch Outfitters doing our DCR pump conversion. As you can see, got our new vacuum pump with a new gasket, a blue Loctite we're about to put on. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe to the page. If you guys like these videos, give me a thumbs up. And I guess we're gonna get started on this. Got off work a little bit earlier today, so we're going to try to get this thing back together tonight and running. Throughout the day or throughout the evening, try to give you some updates kind of as we're going back together to make sure there's nothing that sticks out that I feel like I need to jump on and tell you about. So I guess with that being said, let's get right to it. All right, guys, as you can see, we got our low pressure lines in. We got your sensors, which you're going to reuse on a 14 truck. You're going to reuse both of them. You can see the line goes back to your factory return back there. This line right here is pretty tight. When you're going to pull it up, that nipple should actually be back about another, I don't know, half an inch. It would fit pretty good. So if you kind of struggle bus with that, getting the low pressure lines in, once you finagle around, I got them in there where they were going to sit, and then I put it into the pump once I got it set. So the factory return is going to have 2 of these clips. There's going to be another one over here, but you don't reuse that one. And then it's got, which I already put my fill neck pin, but you can't really see it, but there's one of the valve cover bolts that you're going to reuse, but then you're only going to use that that clamp right there, which bolts on the fuel bowl when you put that back in. So getting ready to put the lower intake on, but just wanted to show you guys kind of what it looked like. Like I said, everything looks factory as far as the lines go. I mean, they route right up where the factory lines go, and then you return just about identical from where they come. And obviously, as you see, got the fan and the hub and the belt back on. I tried looking for a green belt, but nobody had one in stock around me, which my belt isn't bad, but I just figured I'd change it, but it's still okay. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and throw this lower intake on, and then work on getting the upper on. But just wanted to point out, putting that line in, like I said, was kind of a pain, and then your back to tank line was kind of tight getting it up there. And obviously you see your other one that goes to your fuel bowl right there. So other than that, let's get her done. All right, got everything back together. There's your new return on your filter. Everything else bolts up like it should. Fitment is really good. You can see your green striped line down there going to your fuel rail. Everything looks pretty spot on. We're doing a couple key cycles. I have not started it yet. You always want to do a couple key cycles like they suggest, but even if you just do your fuel filter changes and everything else, you want to do that anyway, just to ensure you get all the air out of the system, at least as much as you can. With the new pump and everything, you're going to have a little bit, but you just want to get it as much out as you can. So we'll do a couple more key cycles and try to fire up. Alrighty, last key cycle. Look at that. No check engine light. guys, now that I've had a chance to drive the truck and just kind of make sure everything's good, nothing's leaking or anything like that. I finished up last night. Got done a little late. Had a issue with one of the bolts for the dipstick tubes, but all in all, it was a pretty easy install. If you have a I say basic set of tools, like I said, if you don't have a fan clutch tool to get the nut for the fan clutch off of the hub, you can, again, take that whole hub assembly off and kind of tuck it up close to the radiator and not have to take that off or anything like that. So that 17 mil deep line wrench socket is definitely nice to have. If you don't have one, makes getting the lines off and on a lot easier. But all in all, it was a great, easy kit to do. Like I said, I did it after work, after a few nights. I think this will be day 4 technically that I got it done. The only thing I will tell you, on some trucks, which I had said before, your return to tank line is a little bit tight. Every truck's that hose is a little bit different. So where it's at, I think maybe another revision, they're going to move that nipple back towards the firewall a little bit to kind of alleviate that. But other than that, everything bolted right up. The instructions, like I said, I've done these before, but I wanted to follow the instructions per the instructions if I was doing a video, because anybody that's going to be watching this probably hasn't done it yet. So the instructions are great. No issues with them. They're really thought out. They go over every little detail about taking this clip off. They did a good job doing that. So if you guys are on the fence about getting one, I think you should. Again, I don't believe replacing a CP4 with another CP4 is a smart idea. I don't care what you do to them. It's still a junk pump. That's my opinion, and that's what I think about it. S&S came out with this kit to alleviate a problem, just like they did with the Cummins that came out with the CP4. They made it so you could put a CP3 in the factory location on a Cummins to get rid of the CP4 pump. So nobody complained about that because it's a CP3 pump, which if that would have fit in the Valley, I'm assuming probably what they would have done. But again, this pump takes no extra tuning. That's 25% more fuel. And then, yeah, all the lines are factory appearing. It's not like there's anything that looks chintzy or cheaply made. Everybody says that the pump's made in China or Taiwan or Bangladesh or whatever. I honestly don't really care where it's made as far as the pump body, because the other stuff that was made to make this pump work with this engine was designed and manufactured by S&S and Pure Power. So I don't really care where the pump body's made. That pump has been used in production all over the world. There's just been no market for it here in the US, and that's why it hasn't been here. And now that there is a market here, who knows? They might move, somebody might pick up the rights to do the pump bodies or cast them here, machine them or whatever. Who knows? But in the meantime, who cares? Half the crap on these trucks are made in China or Taiwan or somewhere else, and you buy stuff every day made from somewhere else. So, kudos to S&S for coming up with a solution to a problem and not just trying to put a Band-Aid on it or whatever. And if you don't want to do a pump, at least get one of their disaster prevention kits, which, as you've seen, I ran on this truck prior to me doing this pump. It's just, extra layer protection, especially if you're hauling, you're hot-shotting, towing something across the country. We go on a lot of hunting trips in this thing, and that's why I want it to be dependable and reliable, and I don't want to have to worry about having a pump failure in the middle of nowhere. So, again, guys, I appreciate you following along. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Going to be doing some more videos on truck related stuff to try to help you guys that may not know about this stuff, and just be educated before something happens to you. So again, thanks a lot. We'll catch you on the next video.